Well, you can say all the wrong things you want. I don't care. Listen, I've been doing this a long time. You have no reason in the world to be pissed off at my dealership. None.
Hi, I'm Stuart, and I'm the owner of Your Car Haggler, and I want to be your car haggler. I'm a licensed auto broker helping you save time, money, and the aggravation involved when it comes to buying a car and all of the games that come with it. This series is all about auditing car dealerships and the deceptive tactics that they use and how you can avoid them. Let's go. That voice, folks, was the voice of not just any ordinary car salesman. That was the voice of the president of an entire dealership group. Although a tiny little nothing of a group with 4 locations in the middle of nowhere, but nonetheless, this is how the president of a dealership is choosing to talk to this person who bought a car from his dealer group 9 days prior. Until that point, the dealership hadn't actually done anything wrong, even in my opinion. The way the president spoke to his customer is not how you should talk to customers. That's how you should talk to your employees, like how my general manager spoke to me regularly. That aggression should not be for them. So what exactly did happen that caused this aggression to his own customer? And how didn't I stop it from happening? The customer in this case didn't learn I existed until they had already gotten the vehicle home and had it for several days. At that point, he learned he didn't want the vehicle, based on the likelihood of the engine having issues down the road. Issues he didn't realize were known until the paperwork was signed and he was burning gas for a few days. The dealership had this vehicle on the lot for over 170 days when they sold it, which struck me as super strange, that they let a car sit that long and not send it to auction and move on to the next. But in the call you will hear shortly, it seems almost half of their used inventory is over 100 days old, which is absolutely shocking to me. When we had a car for more than 60 days when I was selling them, there was a discussion of when it should be sent to auction. If a car made it to 90 days, it was often gone to wholesale very quickly. There are really no valid reasons for a good dealership to have good cars on the lot for that long, of any make or model, specialty cars excluded. The $1 million question is, if a vehicle can possibly have major issues down the road, documented by hundreds, should they sell it? There is no way for anyone to know of any single vehicle that currently runs properly to know if it will have issues in the future. But the question still stands. Should a dealership that claims quality and old school values sell vehicles known to have issues? From a business standpoint, it likely makes sense. You are definitely going to need a warranty on this one, the finance manager likely says during their sales pitch to the customer. Moving on. Had the customer gotten a hold of me, I likely would have steered them towards a different vehicle at a different dealership, because the vehicle they purchased was overpriced for the miles in a larger market. Sure, in this dealership's middle of nowhere status, it was reasonably priced, but a 45-minute drive into town, they could have gotten that same vehicle with 20 to 40,000 miles less for very similar money, with a Carfax included. This is why you need me to help you buy a vehicle before you buy it. There isn't much that can be done after the sale, unless the engine drops out from the vehicle on the way home. This dealer was willing to take the vehicle back at a $3,000 loss to the customer. But after getting on the phone with the customer and the dealer and not saying a word after the start of that call, the dealer did come up $1,000 on the trade-in. At the time of this video, they are undecided on what to do. Take the loss or keep the vehicle. It's tough to grade the dealership. They didn't present the customer Carfax. I had to run it for him. Shockingly, it came back 2 owner, no accidents. They had the car on the lot for over 170 days. That is the dealership's fault, and how would the customer ever know to even ask that? Again, why I'm needed. I filter out vehicles in my search that are over 100 days on the lot. I didn't deal with the salesperson, so I can't grade them. However, I can grade the president and the dealership as a whole. I'll give them a passing grade, maybe a C-. They didn't do anything illegal that I know of. There is no law admitting you have to give the customer Carfax. They were lazy, though, and didn't take the vehicle to another dealership for a safety campaign, though. After the sale, they openly admitted to how long the car was on the lot and talked about how they were likely going to auction it for around $12,500. But then in walks this customer who pays them $4,000 more than they would have got at wholesale, and a swing of probably $7,000 to $8,000 total in the dealership's pocket, based on the wholesale value to retail sale, warranty sale, and rate markup. Bravo to them, and I wish this customer had called me first. Don't make the same mistake they did. Have me help you before you do anything. Sure, you have to pay me, but if the videos I post aren't enough to prove my value, then there isn't much else I can do to prove it to you. I won't be coming back at the end of this one. I've given my grade and said my piece with everything else. But I will thank you, Mr. President, for the content. Having the content come to me makes my work a lot easier.
I'm on the line with my he requested that he be on the line because I'm not the happiest person right now.
So what's he got to do with it?
Well, he's kind of my counterbalance, and I'm not very happy. So he requested he just kind of sit with me and just kind of make sure I don't say the wrong things.
Well, you can say all the wrong things you want. I don't care. Listen, I've been doing this a long time. You have no reason in the world to be pissed off at my dealership. None. I was there yesterday. They worked numerous scenarios for you. And I want to start out the conversation by telling you we don't have to entertain this conversation. There's no rules. There's no laws. We are because we want to see if we can make you happy. So let's start out with that. We don't have to do this.
Well,
you do know that, right?
No, I don't. I just figured.
Well, that's a fact. That's a fact. I don't even have to talk to you about this, but I will and try and make you happy.
Well, I appreciate that, but you sound like you're getting aggressive with me, and I'm just trying to have a phone.
Well, I am, because the way you started out, you need to hold you back. I mean, come on, what are we doing here?
Well, I mean, we're not talking about buying a candy bar, bud.
You're an adult. You made a decision. You bought a vehicle. These do not have a return policy. And in a very busy day, we sold a half a dozen, 6 or 7 cars yesterday. Mike probably spent close to 2 hours on different scenarios for you. So, and then you send out a text, you're not happy. You're getting the runaround. Why did you feel like you were getting the runaround?
Here's what he told me. It sat on your lot for 171 days. I didn't know this. I was never shown a Carfax. Neither here nor there. I don't know if you're obligated to or not. But told me that it sat on the lot for 171 days. And he said, to be honest with you, we were just going to wholesale it. And he's like, so when you came in and you were interested in it, we kind of, jumped at the deal. I mean, this is what he told me. He was honest with me, and I appreciate his honesty. Basically, when I started setting all this stuff up and found out that there's multiple class action lawsuits and catastrophic engine failure, so I tried to call immediately. So I called the store number. I didn't have an extension at the time, so I asked to speak to the sales manager, and probably a dozen times I got put through to voicemail.
Well, if I could just jump in real quick. So you understand, I've got probably 25 cars that are over 100 days old. Some of that has to do with the seasonality. Some of it has to do with the time that the car arrived. I mean, we were very quiet through December and January and most of February, the first half of February. We just really started rocking and rolling the last week or so. It's actually a very nice car. It was priced very well in the market. It's nicely equipped and in good shape. And do some of them have engine failures? I don't know.
Thanks for watching this video. I'm Stuart, and I want to be your car haggler, no matter where you live. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tell your best friend, tell your worst friend. No matter where you live, I can help you beat this dealership so they don't screw you.